And joining us now on This Is the Day via Skype is Bishop Frank Dewane from the Diocese of Venice, Florida. Thank you so much for being with us, Bishop.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on.
Maybe if you could start off by telling us a little bit about the Diocese of Venice.
Well, the Diocese of Venice, it's almost, 10,000 square miles. Some of you who know Florida, it's down in the southwest corner. It has cities like Naples, Fort Myers, Sarasota, Bradenton, and Venice, we're called. So Venice is here. Not too many canals, though, like Venice, Italy, but we have one or two.
That's great. I wanted to talk to you, too. I know you recently assumed duties as the chair of the Committee on Domestic Justice and Human Development. If you could tell us a little bit about that. It seems like it has a wide scope.
Well, it does. It's kind of expansive in its responsibilities, but there are a number of issues that we hope to look at this coming year. And, it's very, especially today, we have our new president now. And so there's a little bit of a, what's going to be proposed, what's not going to be proposed, how might we move forward. But we look at issues certainly of poverty. What are some of the legislation and how does it treat, maybe it's child care. How is that going to be taken care of? To the church, that is important. We look at, a circle of protection. What do I mean by that? Well, if the Appropriations Committee begin to make cuts, how do we kind of circle around the poor to make certain they continue to get the aid they need? Maybe that's something like food and nutrition. It's a concern and we have to take a look at that. And there's a number of other issues, but as you note, the responsibility is broad. It also takes into the healthcare policy. So we look at a lot of dimensions.
And I know recently, as chairman, you sent a letter to members of Congress about the federal health care law, too. Could you tell us about that and some of the bishops' concerns?
Well, the letter to Congress noted that the bishops have always supported basically a health care system that takes care of the poor, is universal, is good, but it's affordable. And, even we see with the program that's in place now, we hear continually of the drastic cost increases. And that's too much for people to bear. But we want one that's universal. Bishops had looked at that a long time. But it has to be in a moral framework also. What do we mean by that? I mean, we take a look at the amount of federal dollars, say, spent up for abortion. That offends us greatly. The contraceptive mandate that is out there right now, we hope to see that go away. And such things of that nature have caused us great concern. The immigrant population, not taken care of in what's out there now. We need to make certain that they're taken care of.
And I was just talking to, maybe if you could speak on the importance of the bishops having a voice, to protect, as you're saying, the vulnerable people of the society, and how important it is to be able to speak and get our views out.
Right. We are religious leaders, we're not politicians, but these issues impact those people who we are here to serve. So I think we have an obligation to speak up, to express when a population is being really disregarded, thrown to the curb if you want. We need to speak up. Some of it relates to religious freedom. We too want our rights. We speak for the rights of others, but as faithful we also have rights. And within our faith, I mentioned some of the issues, whether it's abortion, mandatory payment for contraceptions. We want this taken care of. This needs to be addressed. These are religious rights. So regarding the Health Care Act, we want to wait and see what's being proposed. Don't just take everything away. Where are people going to turn? But let's systematically look at this. What can be corrected? What needs to be corrected? And what is the proposal that will come in to take the place of what's there? I think we just shouldn't rush in to tear something down. But the bishops earlier, as I noted, we worked very hard. In the end, we did not support the Affordable Care Act because of the reasons I cited earlier. Now we have a chance to take a look at all of it again. And we hope that this time, and we're not the only voice out there saying this, but this time we can get it right.
And just to maybe switch gears a little bit too, but
Okay.
we're talking through Catholic TV here too, and I know you have a television mass as well in the diocese too. Maybe you could talk and speak on the importance of Catholic television, Catholic media, and how important it is to have a Catholic Mass in a diocese, to be able to help the homebound, or have people be able to communicate and feel part of the diocese.
I have a little background before I entered the seminary. I worked for NBC.
Oh, okay.
I think television is important. Communications, media, it's the world we live in today. Not that I know all the forms of media and how to use them most effectively, but the fact is, particularly something as basic as the Mass, for those who are not able to join us, to be with us in the parishes, we make a big effort to broadcast that weekly. And we move around the diocese, going to different parishes. We do not have a set studio. We want the faithful to see maybe the parish they used to go to, or a neighboring parish, or they had relatives who lived in that. And we get letters about this all the time. People who have seen the Mass, they write and thank. Send a donation. Many times it's small, but these people living on fixed income, they don't have a lot of disposable income, so we know it's giving somewhat from the little that they have. But the point is, there's a value, and you have great value, I want to say, in broadcasting the message of the Church, the message of faith, that spiritual dimension of our lives. Let's face it, we just went through a long time of all we heard about was the political, a little bit about the economic, but we're spiritual beings also. And we need to see that within the mix of communicated messages.
Well, we thank you so much, Bishop, for taking time to talk with us today. And I just talked to you a little bit before we went on. I know you're originally from Green Bay, so maybe we'll see the Packers and the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Who knows?
Oh, who knows? I look forward to it.
All right. Thank you so much, Bishop. I'm going to send it right now back to the rest of This Is the Day.